What's going on, YouTube? It's Mos back here with another video. This is episode 2 of the series. Today I have a very, very special guest, my mentor, somebody who God has put in my path to really guide me a lot. The main creative, Mr. Brian Lewis.
The main creative. So funny. That's so silly. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm back in Florida. I ain't want to be, but yeah, I am.
You don't want to be back home?
No, my home is.
Oh, this isn't your home anymore. Yeah.
This ain't my home anymore.
My fault.
I don't like home, but yeah, I'm here.
All
See,
right.
this is what it is. It's just gonna be. It's all giggles.
That's really it.
Let's see how serious I can get.
All right. So, Brian, the first part, I guess you could say, of the series. How was your life before? I like to use current term, not like before you really locked in with God.
Okay, so like when I was 11, I got saved, right?
Mhm.
But then I think I got baptized around the same time.
Yeah.
And then from there, you know, I became, a little teen boy, and you know, you get the word that's coming to my mind is hormone, but I think that's for women. I don't know, but I'm probably using it wrong.
Yeah.
But the spirit of lust starts to creep in,
Yeah.
and and so, funny enough, the age of 14 was when I picked up the addiction of watching porn, and then I really battled with that side of my life for a very long time, and I think just between 11 and 22. No. Yeah, 11 and 23. I was just serving in church, going about my day. My mentor I met at 11. When I was 11, he's the one that got me started in I started helping kids ministry. That's how I got introduced to pretty much everything that I do now. But I think through there, before I really locked in, it was really just me just going through the motions.
Yeah.
I thought serving in the church was enough. I thought the worship nights we used to have at church was enough. I thought, I really just thought going to church was enough,
yeah.
and I read the Bible on Sundays or if I do read the Bible on Sundays, youth group, my bad, my phone vibrated. But I just really wasn't, I was just going through the motions.
Yeah.
Really, I would only read my Bible on Wednesday nights when we had youth group. I don't think I really started asking my mentor a lot of theology questions until I was 23. And that was when I really started locking in. But yeah, life was just, I was trying to fit. I wouldn't say I was trying to fit in. I think I would just fit in where I could get in.
Yeah.
Because I'm naturally funny, and so I just always was the class clown in school.
Yeah.
Just a guy that was able to crack jokes and roast people. Still am. You can still get it. But outside of that, I was just going with the motions. Yeah.
So, how would you say that? You said the addiction went on from 11 to 23. How would you say that affected you having that addiction?
Well, if I'm being honest, it still affects me to this day because your mind becomes super distorted about one, what love is, 2, how you see women, and then 3, it just it makes you feel like um, it's not that bad because I'm not having sex with women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But so I think at that point I didn't really start feeling like I don't think I really felt convicted until I was like until maybe like after I graduated high school.
Mm-hmm.
But I think also too I didn't know how to express to my mentor, or I felt embarrassed to tell my mentor when I was even a teenager that was something that I was struggling with.
Mm-hmm.
But like nobody talked about it in church either.
Mm-hmm.
The church that I went to for years, like nobody talked about that stuff, and it was just hard, for me to bring it up, which I think it's hard for anybody to really bring up, sometimes when you're struggling with it. But it really just affects it also affects your confidence too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it really affects your confidence of, even talking to females and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I just think at that, for those years and even till now, like it's sometimes like it's just constantly renewing of your mind. Like it's like it's almost like you have to do more work.
Yeah.
Because for years you were struggling in that area.
Yeah.
And I still miss the mark now some days.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still healing and being delivered from that. And but it's just something that needs to be talked about more in the, I guess you could say, just the Christian space more.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people that do talk about it. I just think it's such a frowned upon subject because people want to immediately write people off.
Yeah.
When they find out that they're dealing with something like that, and
Mm-hmm.
instead of bringing them in closer and holding them accountable, But yeah, it just distorts your mind of how you're supposed to see, the women that God created.
Yeah.
And I'm in a space. I'm now over the past few years, that's something I praying to the Lord, Lord, help me to see these women how you see them.
Yeah.
I want to see them like you.
Yeah.
Because my version is distorted.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm probably gonna get canceled after this podcast by the Christians in the church, but it's okay.
It's whatever. So, what was the moment, the time period, whatever, when that you actually logged in? What was, I don't want to say because for everybody's different. Some people had events leading up to oh, this is what I was okay, after this I logged in. What was that for you?
Okay, so there was 2 moments. It was 2 phases I went through.
Mm-hmm.
In 2020, Passion. I went to Passion in 2020, the conference for young adults.
Yeah.
And first time ever going. And I just turned 21. And excuse me. In that moment at Passion 2020, I think it was January. Well, actually, we're now in 2021, but January. I think it was January 1st. Came back for the morning session, and I don't know. I just felt. I think in that moment I felt the spirit of conviction heavy on my shoulders, and in that moment, I just saw. Literally, what's funny is in that moment the roof of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium opened at that moment.
For real?
Yeah, and you just felt in that moment as I was feeling the spirit of conviction, the wind, the cold wind from Like it just felt like
Mm-hmm.
the Holy Spirit just touched the room in that moment, and Carrie Joe was performing, and she was singing the song. The song wasn't out yet, because I was looking everywhere for it after, but it wasn't out yet. It was called Favorite Place, and during that song, like I felt in that moment like, okay, it's time to lock in. And it was funny is, anytime after that, where I would watch porn, masturbate, those type of things. Every time from there on, it was just like heavy conviction, heavy conviction. And second moment when I really started locking in was 2022. I just turned 23. I was dating someone at the time, and I started locking in because of her. Like, she was super, like, reciting the Bible all the time, like everything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, brother, why you not able to do this? But so that became a motivation for me to lock in. But then that relationship split in 2023, and that moment too, like that made me like super lock in, because I just had a bunch of why questions for God, because I lost trust for the Lord for a period of time in 2023, and I think that was a wilderness season for me.
Yeah.
And I just locked in with God. Like, I just locked in, and and then the funny thing about it is, during that wilderness season, you asked me to be your mentor. The worst. I'm like, Lord, I'm gonna mentor him. I'm still going through stuff. I'm like, I don't but yeah, those are kind of moments where I really like locked in and knew I had to just figure it out, bro. Cause it's hard.
It is, yeah, for sure.
It's hard, like
For sure.
that, like being 23. Then, you gotta go through that moment. Like, the Lord wants you to lock in, but you're going through one of the worst things ever in life, and you gotta go. And at the time, I was a teacher, and I had to go and teach a bunch of kids, a bunch of things. And on top of that, he wanted me to start doing Bible studies with the kids, and I'm like, Lord, I don't even know my Bible like that. He's like, do it, I don't care, like, But I was just, that was really the time when I just locked in. But yeah, I think I'm done. End of round.
So now, what would you say, or how is your life now that you have actually locked in?
Life sucks. Oh my gosh. Like, if I'm being honest, life sucks. Lord told me at the top of the year that he was gonna put me out of my comfort zone, and he moved me to New Jersey, away from all my friends and family, people I see every day. This little dude next to me, and it sucked at first, like having to really process that. I think I just processed the fact that I don't live in Florida anymore, like a month ago, and I think now there's a lot of I'm in a season where the Lord is pruning a lot of things off of my heart. He's constantly pruning your heart if you allow him to. But there's just a lot that has transpired over the past 6 months. life life can suck a lot of the times, but recently had a conversation with a friend, and he just encouraged me to lean more into the grace of God. And I think a lot of times, like, we rely on God's mercy so much when we miss the mark, and when we, you know, some days you don't, like, just, those days you don't want to get up and read the Bible, those days you get up and you don't want to pray, you had a rough night and you don't want to pray, or you just get up and you just want to go through the motions and not do anything. I think we lean in God's mercy in that time. But if we live in the grace of the Lord, what I'm learning is that grace comes with love, that grace comes with compassion, that grace comes with peace. Yeah. And if you want to live in the mercy of God, that's great too, but grace is something that it's probably one of the best gifts, that I'm like learning that we get from God, but I just think now it's funny because, like, you would think you hit a certain age and you stop growing, like you good, and mind you, I just turned 27, like, got teenagers calling me Unc, meanwhile I've been Unc since I was like 10, but no, since I was 6. That's crazy. That's crazy. My siblings are old as heck.
That's crazy.
The oldest one is like 45, 46. Yeah, she's old. But yeah, see, my mind just rambles. I think I got ADHD. But but nah, I think right now life just, I'm in a super, super, super pruning season, growing season, and that's just kind of like where life is just headed right now. That's what life is right now. I'm just in a season where I'm just like, I thought I went through a season where I was just learning, and now, like, I thought I was in a season where I wasn't learning anymore, and then I'm just good. I just gotta apply all the knowledge that I have. Yeah. But like I always tell you, it's like, don't stop learning, like what you love to do. Like, just because you learned something and you feel like you're good at it, that doesn't mean you stop learning, And I think at a point I had got to that, and I just stopped learning about, like, God, and I was just reading things just to read things, And yeah. So if you're out there, life sucks, but it's gonna be okay. Like, I'm good today. I'm great. I'm alright. My birthday was, what's today, Thursday? No, yeah, today's Thursday?
Yeah.
Jesus, I was something about that. My birthday was Sunday. Like, I've been good. You know what I mean? Like, life is good. But ultimately, if I had to, like, give you the real answer, life sucks sometimes. Like, some days I wake up and I don't want nothing to do with nobody. The people I live with can tell you that Brian stays in his room.
Alright, so the last thing I have for you.
You're gonna be like, this guy's your mentor?
You're gonna do it, for sure. For sure. I'm gonna have my phone on D&D so y'all don't start texting me and asking me a whole bunch of stuff. But the last question I have for you is, so if you could give the person watching this any type of encouragement at all, what would it be?
I think the biggest thing that's at the top of my mind right now is, you missed the mark, you sinned. But here's the crazy thing is you don't have to stay there.
Hmm.
You know, you don't have to stay in that lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest thing.
Well, like I said, I want to thank Brian. And thank you all for watching. This is the second episode of this series.
Dang, I'm on the second episode. I should have been on the first.
You weren't here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. All the love is appreciated. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.